concept of soul, mind and body. He is a pioneer of cardiology, awarded with several awards. Let's invite the chairperson for this session, Dr. Ravindra Chaturvedi. He is HOD of anesthesia at Charger. And Dr. Rajendra Dhar. He is head of Department of Medicine in Jaipur. Let's invite our Brahma Kumari sister to welcome our speaker and guest of honor. Let's welcome him with a round of applause. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Let's start with 1 minute of silence. Let's all experience that I am not this body, but I am the one controlling it. A very divine soul sitting in the middle of forehead, full of 7 powers of soul, connected to the supreme powerhouse. Let's connect to him. Let's charge our battery with him for 1 minute. Om Shanti. Respected chairpersons and dear sister Raki and our mentor Dr. Ashok Mehtaji and our dear colleagues. Today I will be talking to you about healing the heart. We all have a heart. Anyone is there without heart? Everyone has a heart. So this talk is for people with hearts. Now what we are discussing is a three-dimensional health model for healthy heart. It will cure heart diseases and make your mind healthy. It will look after overall health of the body. We'll start with heart in 1995, but after 28 years we have made a wholesome program for the whole mind and body. I joined Mount Abu in April 95. Initially I was here for a few years, but now it's more than 30 years. We started this research for 3D model of health in 1998 with Ministry of Health in collaboration with DRDO. The three important elements of this study was stress management, moderate aerobic exercise, low fat, high fiber vegetarian diet, and following the biological clock. We had 3 tertiary cardiac centers. One was in BJ Medical College, Ahmedabad, Grant Medical College and JJ Hospital in Mumbai, Maulana Azad Medical College in Delhi, and GB Pant Hospital. The study was sponsored by Ministry of Health. The concept of this program I got the mission for this program I got after Amritila meditation. So I joined Brahma Kumaris in 1988. I was going for a movie when there was a center on the way, and it was written Gateway to Heaven on this. And my wife read that. My wife noticed that, and then we thought that we should not go to the gateway to hell, but rather go to gateway of heaven. And then we went to the Brahma Kumari center. And from that day onwards, we are still following Brahma Kumaris. Now it's 40 years this day. We used to manage the MI of heart patients. And then we will do the angiography next day. So we used to do it after the patient gets settled down. And after giving intervention angioplasty, the patient comes back after 3 months to 1 year with again MI, and we do the angioplasty again, we plant the stent again. The patient used to ask that we had to spend so much in getting the first one, then we can't afford the second angioplasty. Those people who are type A personality, they are prone to heart attacks 3 times more than normal, ordinary people. And if you are hostile type A, then it increases the chances of heart attack even more. People who don't share their things, there are more chances of developing depression as well as heart attack. People with anxiety, they have 2 times more chances of heart attack. In one of the IMA meetings, I was talking about stress and heart disease. There was a scientist from Riyadh, and I also discussed about meditation, how it can reverse coronary blockages. People who do meditation, they are very serene, peaceful, and stable. People here in Gyan Sarovar as well as Pandava, they are very peaceful and serene. So that gave me a thought that with meditation you can reverse the blocks in the hearts. The doctor who was interested in this was very near to Dr. Kalam, and then Dr. Kalam invited me to talk to him. I gave the meeting on Saturday, and on Tuesday I was scheduled for a meeting with Dr. Kalam, and he supported our research. Then we planned a study and submitted to Ministry of Health. And in April 95 there was collaboration with DRDO, and I shifted to Mount Abu in Feb 98. This program started. May 2023, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone for this program. These 2 institutes will be coming up very soon. We published this study in 2011 as Mount Abu Open Heart Run, and we were informed by Maya Medlev out of top 20 studies in the world so our research was cited and visited by most doctors. It is the longest study to be number 1 for a very long amount of time. A statement was issued about meditation and cardiovascular health. This study addresses not only the heart diseases but also is applicable to other sectors like diabetes. That this study should be researched on even more number of patients. Last time that we published the study, we have 518 patients, but now we have 11,000 patients. It is the largest study in the world. Just to revise, heart has 3 coronary arteries. It come out from the root of aorta, and if it is normal, if the artery is normal, they have good flow. But when the cholesterol deposits in the wall of the artery, so the blood flow decreases in the artery. The normal arteries are elastic. They can accommodate 6 times more blood. But in the diseased coronary artery, it gets stiff in nature when it is stressed. so it carries less amount of blood. A very important reason for this blockages in the artery is stress, raise cholesterol levels. When the block become more than 70%, so they don't respond to physical or mental stress, there's no dilatation of the coronary arteries, and that's when we develop angina. When there is sudden anger, fear, anxiety, when there is a stimulative effect of all the negative emotions, so at that time the coronary artery cracks, the shoulder of the artery cracks, and there is sudden 100% blockage, and that leads to a heart attack. And that is the difference between angina and heart attack. This is a section of a normal coronary artery. The inner lining is known as endothelium. It keeps on making nitric oxide, which is a dilator of the vessel. It does not allow the LDL, bad cholesterol, to cross the endothelium. Endothelium does not allow the blood to stick to the wall because of the nitric oxide being secreted. Then HDL protects the heart. But when you smoke a cigarette, it increases the production of nitric oxide for about 30 minutes. But if you get angry, one episode of anger, prolonged endothelial dysfunction that lasts more than 3 days. After an episode of anger, you are blocking the artery for next 3 days. If you are hostile, if you do not pardon or forgive the person, then you are blocking your arteries again and again till you forgive the other person. Similarly, anxiety, time pressure, work pressure, depression, these negative mental emotions, they keep on injuring your heart arteries and get them blocked. That not only leads to endothelial dysfunction, but also platelet aggregation increases. So the blood has become thicker and the LDL has started crossing the endothelium and the arteries start getting blocked. We are blocking our arteries day in and day out, not only coronary arteries, but also the carotid arteries and the cerebral arteries, and also the peripheral arteries. And when the block becomes more than 70%, and at that time we develop angina. When we have a habit of negative emotions all the time, when there is a crisis in our family, when someone dies in the family, then the artery cracks. Another thing that we don't take care of is our dental health. If our dental health is poor, that infection goes and ulcerates the coronary plaques. It is must for everyone, for all of us. We should clean our teeth before going to bed every day. That is also a very important cause of heart attack. This is how the age of 5 to 10 years the plaques start building, and when it is more than 70 to 80%, that develops angina. And if the artery cracks, then it comes with MI. And when we inflate the balloon and we leave a stent behind, and that is known as angioplasty. The stent also get blocked. It is more than 10% that the restenosis happen within 6 months. Bypass surgery is this: we just bypass the block by making a graft. If there is significant LMCA disease, then bypass surgery is important. The class 1A condition requires bypass surgery. It's like cutting the tree. The whole treatment is like trimming the tree from above. But the root cause has not been treated. The root cause is the same negative mental emotions. So when we create negative thoughts, they are like bad seeds who that germinate and give rise to diseased plant. And when we do wrong food, we don't exercise, we smoke, we consume alcohol, and constipation is there. All these are big factors in causing heart disease. There is an increased risk of restenosis of the block, and then we can require repeat bypass or repeat angioplasty. This was a multidisciplinary project that we should study the person as whole. So all the different experts came together to work for this program. Abu Healthy Heart trial was also done in the same institute. So the difference here is the Raj Yoga meditation. Everything is same apart from that. The only difference is the Raj Yoga. The only difference between the intervention group and the control group is there was stress management through the Raj Yoga meditation in the intervention group. It is better if you try to be type B and anxiety free, anger free. All the investigations were done for both the groups. And psychological analysis was also done for both the groups. We also check the different hormones of the body. We also check their melatonin levels, found out the sleep patterns, and also serum lipoprotein A levels. And we invited the patients with their spouse. We try to address the root cause for their illness. So this is a lifestyle disease, so we need to take care of their lifestyle and their stressors. %80 of the patients were triple vessel or double vessel disease, and statistical analysis was done by the biostatistician. Different observers and biostatisticians were appointed by different institutes to check for the different parameters, so that the study is unbiased. The angiograms were coded. It was a blinded study. So our angiograms were analyzed by different doctors. So this is a change that we observe in our study, that the NYHA class decreases, the number of nitrate applets decreases, average exercise increases, and left ventricular ejection fraction also decreases. The bad cholesterol decreases, total cholesterol decreases, HDL increases by 16%. Triglycerides also decreases. LDL HDL ratio decreases too. We analyzed 464 coronary lesions. 50 lesions were not considered in the lesion, were 100% calcified. And for 93% patients, we opened the blocks. Let us look at the angiographs for these patients. This is the 80% blockage shown in angiography. And we stented it, and there is significant recanalization. This is a very long segment stenosis in the artery, more than 2.5 centimeter, and it has opened up. This is a 100% cutoff of the right coronary artery. We saw some 100% calcified blocks. They also opened up. This was a 100% calcified block, and it also opened up. Multiple blocks all opened up. 80 to 90% of block opened up. In this patient there was anterior septal MI and the posterior MI, and the ejection fraction is 30%. After 1 year, his ejection fraction becomes 45%. We could regenerate the myocardium. If the patient can enjoy bliss, then we can trigger those cardiac progenitor cells which are there in the dead myocardium, and we can regenerate the myocardium. Another patient, 80% block opened up. Another patient, the ejection fraction was 20%. There was cardiomegaly in this patient. After some time, the ejection fraction improves to 50%. So regeneration happened in this patient also. Angioplasty even cannot achieve this much of improvement in the patient. 100% block also improved. So in the control group, all the blocks increased. So we correlated these blockages with their psychological level. So after looking at the blocks, we can conclude the psychological status of the patient. Your angiography can tell about the psychological state of your mind. Every block has increased in this control group patient. No therapy in this universe that can decrease this block. There is no therapy in this world. No naturopathy, allopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda. No therapy can open a block, because every block is because of the thought pattern. If you cannot change the thought pattern, you cannot open a block. With Raj Yoga meditation, you can change the thought pattern. The person with a lot of anxiety can become anxiety free. With a lot of anger can become anger free. A lot of depression can become depression free. Only with Raj Yoga and no other medication. There was a patient who had 4 heart attacks in 40 years. His weight was 40 kg. When he came to the program, he was dealing with severe depression. He would always need oxygen because he had already tried suicide 4 times. First time he tried in his house. First time the fan fell when they tried to hang themselves. And second time they hanged themselves on the branch of a tree. The branch broke. Third time the poison was not effective. He took sleeping pills, but then also he woke up. Then also he couldn't die. That he was living with severe depression. If you can change the thought pattern, the blockages will go away, otherwise they can't. There's a 100% calcified block here. After 1 year, the repeat angiogram, the coronary artery has opened up without any intervention. We now have 2000 repeat angiograms in different patients. This person, this is my own MRI of the cervical spine. In 2023 October, I slept in the bathroom. So you can see this. There is this evidence of cervical canal stenosis. There is injury of the cervical cord. And then it was repeated after 3-4 months. There is no stenosis in this. So there is neurological degeneration that happened in my case. The spine surgeon told me that I could not do my daily routine activities because of the injury. The surgeon told me that it is not possible, that you can treat it conservatively. They told me to get the surgery, but I did Raj Yoga meditation and it happened. This neuronal degeneration also happens. So I'm okay without any surgery. Anything can be reversed with Raj Yoga meditation. All the type A behavior changes, anxiety, depression, anger, healthy lifestyle modification changes. All these changes so the patient adherence to the diet and the exercise was also better. The EEG pattern of the patient also changes. When they came to us, there was a beta rhythm in these patients. Alpha rhythm is known as peace rhythm. Theta is love for rhythm. Delta is during deep sleep. After 7 days lifestyle program, we can see that the beta rhythm decreases. Alpha rhythm and theta rhythm, they increases in just 7 days. With eyes open, you have better results. So we should practice our Raj Yoga meditation with eyes open to change our body consciousness to the soul consciousness. We should change our consciousness. So we can see the alpha rhythm is improving. So within 7 days, we saw that beta rhythm decreases, theta and delta and alpha rhythm increases. It is there with open eyes while working. And that's it. It only happens with Raj Yoga meditation where your consciousness changes all the time. This is the variability of the heart rate. It tells about the sympathetic and the parasympathetic activity. So when there was increased sympathetic activity and decreased parasympathetic activity, but after 7 days of Raj Yoga meditation course, there was decrease in sympathetic activity and increased parasympathetic activity, and there was a complete harmony in both of these activities. You will keep on getting challenges throughout your life. You will not have any days where you won't face any challenge. But now you face your challenges with a relaxed state of mind. That is what Raj Yoga meditation teaches us. So if you continue doing Raj Yoga meditation, there will be a harmony of your sympathetic and parasympathetic system. There was a significant decrease in the stress hormones in the body. The serotonin and the endorphin levels, there was increases with the Raj Yoga meditation. So the pain disappears, and endorphins is 100 times more potent than morphines, and when they increase in the body, they decreases the pain in the body. We did cortisol levels 8 a.m. and 4 a.m. We see that after waking up for after 20 minutes of waking up, the cortisol level increases in the body. So another peak happens at 8 p.m. If you can keep your mind positive up till 8 p.m. in the night, if you keep yourself positive, then the cortisol level will decrease. But if you expose your mind to negative content from the newspaper or the media, then the cortisol level will increase. Exposure to all these content and exposure to work pressure and stresses of life, they increases the cortisol levels. If you start your day with meditation, enjoy bliss of meditation for 30 minutes and then make your team positive. That can happen through only the godly versions. We should keep revising the Murli throughout the day. And that decreases my cortisol secretion and makes my team positive. Try it just for 7 days and then see the results yourself. The effect of the practices that we do, it stays for 6 hours. If you do your morning Murli and morning meditation, then you can stay positive till 2 p.m. in the afternoon. But then you have to revise your Murli again, keep yourself positive again to keep your cortisol levels. You have to revise your Murli again and do meditation in the evening as well. We know that the insulin resistance is an upcoming cause of heart disease, hypertension, obesity, dyslipidemia, and cancer, psoriasis, almost every disease associated with insulin resistance. If you can manage your insulin sensitivity, patient comes with taking lots of insulin, but still the sugar is not controlled. The BP is also uncontrolled. Because of increase in cortisol in our body, the value of insulin decreases. There's decreased insulin in our body. And the population is more and more population of our people are becoming diabetic and pre-diabetic. We are managing cortisol levels here, decreasing the stress of the body. So the insulin increases in our body. So after just 3-4 days of Raj Yoga meditation, the insulin resistance decreases in our body. I'll just give you example. I'll just give you an example of a patient. So insulin sensitivity increases. Om Shanti. I'm a soul. My body's name is Jagdish. I comes from Gujarat. 15 years ago, I had a heart attack. I went to the global hospital and got an angiographic done, and there were many blockages. I had diabetes for 33 years, and that was also uncontrolled. I used to take a lot of insulin, 30 to 40 grams a day. When I got the angiography, the ejection fraction was 25%. The doctor recommended me for a surgery, but I was having uncontrolled diabetes. I could not go through the operation. Then I got to know about this program. So this program, I got to know about it, and I attended this program. After 3 months, I got the rest again. I go through many changes in our diet, exercise, started doing meditation. So after doing all these practices, my ejection fraction increased from 25 to 55%. My weight was 102 kg. And earlier it was 105 kg, but now it has come to 85 kg. He had obesity since childhood. After 3 months, I stopped using insulin and started taking oral medications for my diabetes. My sugar is now controlled. I went to a pilgrimage and was able to walk a long distance. So there were many youngsters with me, but they could not complete the whole journey, but I could do it. He's an industrialist and he deals with he works in a factory, and during one Amritula meditation, I discussed my problem with God, told him that God told me that I should talk to him, and I discussed my problem with God. His all the problems vanished because of the practices. Then I asked him, do you know how to cook food? Then I asked him if he would like to cook food, and he agreed to everything that I say. And then he learned cooking, and since then, for 16 years, he's been cooking food for all the groups. He has attended all the 106 programs that happened. I faced a few problems in one of the programs, but Baba used to handle them for me. I had my family problems, but Baba helped me with those also. Now his weight is 52 kg. I have the energy of a 40-year-old man. And his age is 70 years. And he can lift 40 to 50 kgs easily. This is a practical evidence of what the spiritual mental health wellness can do. Nowadays, stress has become the way of life, but we would like that meditation becomes a way of life. You should become soul conscious 24 hours. Now let's discuss the science of healing the heart. Let's discuss the model that we have developed here. When a serious patient comes in the emergency and you try to save the patient, and we couldn't save the patient, then we tell the relatives, please take the body. The patient came, but what becomes is a body. This patient wanted that his heart be transplanted to another patient, and we transplanted the heart to a different patient who was suffering from a heart disease. He needed cardiac transplant, and we started doing heart transplant. Though the heart that had stopped working in the dead body started working again. So human being is a continuum of spiritual, mental and physical energy. Spirituality is about understanding the truth of life. Physical energy comes from food, exercise and proper sleep. Through the harmony of all these three things, spiritual, mental and physical, a harmony of all the three things give rise to our health. Only soul and few memory cells they stay throughout our life. More than 99% of our cells, they replace every 3 to 4 months. Everything is changing in our body except the soul. Depending on our team, if you keep your team positive for 3 months continuously, it can change the endothelium of your heart arteries. Even if you have 100% blocked arteries. But if you keep yourself positive 100%, it will change the endothelium and the block of the artery. Body is made up of 30,000 billion cells, and in each cell about 1 lakh reactions occur in 1 second. And we are washing the toxins that are being created in these cells. And when you worry, when you are stressed, the reactions increases. When you are irritated, the number of reactions in any cell increases, almost doubles up, and that creates a lot of toxins in our body, create a lot of free radicals in our body that is being secreted in our blood. And that's how a cell becomes ill, because they can't because the cells, they can't handle the free radical that is being created. So that the body that is doing the work is not efficiently working and is not producing good products, not producing good oxygen, good insulin. If you have peace in your body, in your mind, when you do meditation, this reaction, the number of reaction decreases. If you are peaceful, loveful, the number of reactions, it decreases to 80,000, 70,000, 60,000. You should be satisfied what you have. When you are blissful, they decreases to 20,000 reactions in our cell. True love heals, happiness heals, bliss heals our body. Because of this healing, there is reversal of the diseases. So you replace your whole body in 3 to 4 months. Stress is defined as stressor pressure divided by the coping capability. When your ratio is more than 1, your stress increases. You cannot modify the pressures that you face in your life, but increasing your coping ability decreases your stress. And you can increase your coping ability by doing meditation. Yoga means connection with the truth. And what is truth? Truth is eternal and it is unchangeable. So what is the truth of a human being? The truth of human being is that it is made up of two: human body and a being. Human body means the soil, which is the outer self, and being is a soul, which is the inner self. All these are outer self, body, role, and material, and these are unstable and leads to insecurity. These are the 5 vices: the ego, lust, anger, greed, and attachment. All these stem from insecurity and instability. Due to ego, we have type A and jealousy. Due to lust, we have laziness and carelessness. Due to anger, we have cynicism and hostility. Due to greed, there is auspiciousness and assumption. Attachment leads to anxiety and fear. When you have wrong mood, you go for wrong food, and stress leads to loss of ease, that leads to disease. If there's bitterness in your mind, you will go for sweets. If you are dry inside, you will go for fry food. Different foods lead to different addictions, different food addictions. Why do we eat sweet even after diabetes? Why do we eat spicy even after we have gastritis? Because our mood defines what we eat. The inner self soul, it will be stable and full prime security. We'll have knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, power, that will lead to all the values. When you have all the 7 qualities, then you will be stress free, you will have proper food, you will do proper exercise and have proper sleep, and will say no to smoking alcohol. He will not look for happiness in food. He will consume good food, fruits, vegetables, sprouts, and not the bad food. We should sleep at 10 and wake up at 3:30 in the morning always. We should not consume any tea, coffee, and not take any outside food. We should have meals at proper times and take food early in the evening before sleeping. Healthy means heal thyself. Even if you are a doctor, you are responsible for your own health. There's only one person who can make you healthy, and that person is yourself. Only you can make yourself healthy. Any doctor can guide you, relatives can help you, money can help you, and God can help you. But only you have to take the decision. The multidimensional approach of this is that we should have a holistic program to take care of everything. We should follow our biological clock. We should follow a proper morning regime. For soul is these are the three powers of the soul: mind, intellect, and resolve. Intellect is the judging power, and resolve is the personality. These are the 7 qualities of soul. We have different energies for the different system. When you have confluence of all the 7 energies, you'll have a healthy body. This is how we treat our patients in a group of 50 or 60 people with their spouse. This is the food we give them in the morning. That is a high fiber diet. Then we do morning walks. We do meditation. And then we have group support sessions, and we have picnics. Patient dance for 45 minutes. We do primordial and primary intervention. For secondary and tertiary prevention, we have more than 11,000 patients. We have done multiple repeated angiographies for these patients. Take home message is be natural. Take care of your spiritual health. We should not be in body or role consciousness. Remember the 7 qualities of soul. Practice Raj Yoga meditation early morning, and then through that we can enjoy a blissful state. Live at 7 to 8. We should eat natural food. What to eat, when to eat, and how to eat. Eat in soul consciousness. We should have sattvic diet. We should not have rajasic or tamasic. Then the spiritual energy will not enter your body if you eat tamasic food. We should have sattvic food. If you eat non-veg or achar or onion or garlic, body will not able to receive the energy. We should have, after morning sunrise, we should have morning walk. Have proper sleep, go to sleep at 10. Get your follow-ups done. Remember that we should treat the root cause and not the branches of the tree. Even if you get bioplasty, you need to do lifestyle changes in your body. Om Shanti. We call our heart patients Dilwale. When he came to us, he was 50 years of age. He had a bypass surgery. I came from Baroda. I did service in army for 28 years and gave service of mental specialist. I retired in 2002. I had an angiogram done and I had triple artery disease. All was severely blocked. I went through a bypass surgery. In a good hospital, and before 2 years, I had a heart attack again. I had an angiography done again, and I was told that I need to do angioplasty again after 6 months. Again, I had problem in walking. Even I could not walk for 10 to 15 steps. That was a very difficult time for me. Many people gave me many different advices, but nothing was working. I did all the remedies that I was told. But my problem doesn't get solved. But then I met Dr. Gupta. Then I asked him, does he do any magic? And he asked me to join the program. Then I attended the program for 7 days. Just now the doctor told us about everything. I received the knowledge, used to take medication, follow all the practices, took sattvic food, read Muli daily, and after all the follow-up, there was no blockage that could be found. My age is 71. Earlier I had my weight around 85 to 90 kgs. His biological age is 80. His biological age is 72 years, but he feels like 40 years of age. Om Shanti. There's a form and a folder available for 3D healthcare program. And you can take the brochure for the healthy heart. Om Shanti.